All our foster daughters' dresses that she talks about when we see her, she doesn't have them. So the thing we
This closet full of dresses is one of many reminders of the emptiness in Fernando Cantelli and Everson Ladson's home.
And there's this process right now, like, should we empty their room or should we not empty their room?
For 2.5 years, this room had been their foster children's safe space. It began on April 25th, 2022.
Teeth were broken.
A 1-year-old boy and his 3-year-old sister had been removed from their home after experiencing domestic violence and other trauma.
Our foster daughter would have, without exaggeration, 15, 20 nightmares a night in which she would be yelling out, get off of me, stop.
Sometimes they would fall asleep together.
Over time, Cantelli and Ladson say they became very involved foster parents, and the siblings settled in, went to school, and made friends.
How to write her name. To see the growth and to see the connections that they built were really special.
But all the while, there was a dark side to this story. Almost immediately after Cantelli and Ladson became foster parents, the birth mother and the foster care agency, SCO Family of Services, which is contracted by the Administration for Children's Services, began filing allegations against them. The first concerned the daughter and claims of improper hygiene. After that, claims of bruising and scratches on the little boy. Each time the claims were investigated by authorities, and every time closed as unfounded. One investigation record states that Cantelli expressed he believed the allegation is retaliation because the couple is homosexual.
I think we've already been through a lot of discrimination in our lives.
Later, a call Ladson recorded with an ACS Special Investigations caseworker and shared with New York One seemed to confirm that fear.
I think the foster care agency is kind of avoiding addressing that with you or being honest to you about that. But the main issue Ms. has with you guys is that you guys are a couple. That's the only issue she has with you. She doesn't miss to point it out that you guys are a couple. Just so you'll be aware, she's not gonna stop.
Both SCO and ACS declined our request for interviews in connection with this story. New York One has reached out to the mother for comment through her attorney. We have not heard back.
This wasn't new to us.
Cantelli and Ladson say they weren't surprised to hear that the birth mother opposed 2 men raising her children. But they felt differently about ACS, the agency tasked with protecting vulnerable children.
It was very surprising to us that ACS could be aware of that. The foster agency.
In the meantime, Cantelli and Ladson accused SCO of improperly supervising the children during visits with the birth mother. They said their foster daughter told them she'd been forced to talk on the phone with her father, who was in prison, a violation of a court order of protection.
And then after that, we would see her having these nightmares again.
They say the SCO caseworker denied any calls had taken place, but a subpoena of the father's prison call log proved a call had been made during visits. When Cantelli and Ladson raised the issue in family court, they say SCO retaliated by filing more allegations against them.
Why were these allegations being filed, in your opinion?
Because we had spoken out against them in court, I believe.
It's important to note that each allegation filed against Cantelli and Ladson has been investigated and closed as unfounded.
Investigators came to our home and told us, you're being harassed, you need to get a lawyer. We knew that we were being targeted and we were very scared of the children being removed from our home.
In October of last year, the children's attorney, required by law to advocate on their behalf, filed a motion to remove the SCO caseworker, stating she has consistently failed in her duties to protect them. Days later, when Cantelli and Ladson dropped the children off to visit with their mother, they learned that SCO had filed yet another allegation, this time accusing them of inappropriately touching their foster daughter. The children were immediately removed.
They were moved to a home for the weekend. Then on Monday, they were moved to a different home.
Over the next week, they were sent to 4 different foster homes and underwent forensic and medical exams with child sexual abuse experts. A broad independent review overseen by ACS determined the claim was unfounded and the children should return to Cantelli and Ladson. But before that could happen, SCO filed yet another claim of abuse against the couple. A second independent review was launched. The children underwent more testing, which again yielded no findings of abuse. But this review had a different conclusion, agreeing with SCO that the children should not go back to Cantelli and Ladson's care, despite the children's attorney advocating strongly for the children to return to Cantelli and Ladson. In total, SCO and the mother filed 6 allegations against the couple. SCO told us in a statement that its highest priority is the safety and well-being of youth in its care, and it is committed to maintaining a safe and inclusive environment for the families it serves and the people it employs. Children's rights attorney Marsha Lowry has a pending class action lawsuit against New York City over its treatment of children in foster care.
Foster care is supposed to be a temporary system, and a large number of the kids in the New York City system are in care more than 2 years. That's not what the law ever intended.
The Federal Adoption and Safe Families Act mandates that states move to terminate parental rights if a child is in foster care for more than 15 out of the past 22 months. These 2 children have spent 33 months in foster care, yet ACS continues to push for them to return to their birth mother, a mother whom the family court has steadfastly refused to allow unsupervised time with her children.
Now they've gone to 4 different placements. That destroys a child.
And ultimately, who is responsible for that?
Well, the commissioner of ACS is responsible for that because these children are in his custody.
ACS declined to address specifics of the case, citing confidentiality laws regarding children in foster care. But in a statement, the agency said that it has a responsibility to ensure children in foster care are placed in safe and caring homes. And ACS and its provider agency staff are highly trained to make the thoughtful and careful decisions about the best interests of children, which they do each and every day.
Pictures that she drew of our family.
Since the removal from Kentelly and Ladson's home, records filed by the children's lawyer show they have struggled. A forensic social worker writes the removal caused a severe disruption which could lead to irreparable harm.
You know, we have a home for them.
Kentelly and Ladson say they aren't giving up fighting for the children.
My hope is that the kids don't become a story that you will make in a couple years of deceased kids in New York City. Because we've seen it firsthand that in the foster care system, the kids are not the priority.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Let Spectrum News be your resource for balanced, in-depth political coverage, and click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV to learn more about the candidates, where they stand on the issues, and more. We'll see you then.